The man who died at the scene of the terrorist attack in Finsbury Park in North London on Monday has been named as 51-year-old Makram Ali from Haringey. His family has been paying tribute.
We are devastated by the loss of a husband, father, brother and grandfather, Makram Ali, in this tragic event. Our father was a quiet gentleman. He didn't get involved in political or social discussions. He instead took comfort and enjoyment spending time with his wife, children, grandchildren, and he was always ready to make a funny joke when you least expected it. We are distressed about what happened. We know he had some form of collapse because of his weak leg, a condition he suffers from. Before recovering, sitting up and expressing a wish to return home, only to then become a victim of this horrific incident. An incident made only more tragic as he only just completed his evening prayers, something he did regularly. He took great comfort in the feelings of peace his prayers provided. We wish everyone to know what a loving man he was. He spent his whole life without any enemies, choosing a quiet life instead. We as a family have always believed that the actions of one person cannot be a reflection of a whole people, and I have no doubt that our father would not wish for there to be any retaliation or recriminations, and would urge people to remain calm and to pray for peace in these difficult times. At present, we are building a clearer picture of what exactly happened to our father, and we are getting regular updates from the police, who have been extremely helpful so far. We wish to thank them and the emergency services for their work, and would especially like to thank those people who helped our father in his last moments, and also thank all the people who have left messages of condolence and flowers at the mosque. Until we know more, we would ask everyone to respect our privacy so that we may grieve in peace and come to terms with the immense loss in our lives.
Rosina Akhtar, one of the daughters of Mr. Ali, Makram Ali, who died at the scene of the Finsbury Park attack. Well, let's talk to our Home Affairs correspondent Daniel Sanford, who's outside Scotland Yard for us. And Daniel, Rosina Akhtar saying that the family are trying to build up a clearer picture of exactly what happened to their father that night. And we also heard, however, that the post-mortem examination says that he died from multiple injuries. We know that he was already on the ground, perhaps as a result of a heart attack at the time of the attack, don't we?
Yeah, it always brings it home, doesn't it, when you hear from the relatives of the people who've died in these attacks. I think we do have a reasonably clear picture now of what did happen. Makram Ali suffered from a weak leg, as his family put it, and he'd collapsed literally yards from where some of his family live. It was the next road down Seven Sisters Road that is where his family home is. Other worshippers had stopped to check he was all right and to help him, and he was sitting up and starting to talk to them and saying that he wanted to get back home, when suddenly the van came in off Seven Sisters Road at high speed and struck the worshippers, including Makram Ali. And as we now know from the preliminary post-mortem examination, he died from multiple injuries. So that clearly is not from the weak leg that he'd originally collapsed from. So I think we can now assume that it is highly likely that a strong cause of his death was the van ploughing into him in the early hours of Sunday morning. Makram Ali moved here aged 10 from Bangladesh, so he's lived in Britain for more than 40 years. He had 4 daughters, 2 sons and 2 grandchildren. And as you can see from his daughter speaking to us earlier and from the family that had gathered around him, they are absolutely heartbroken by what happened.